Yo guys, what's going on? Both videos have been filmed on the same day, but obviously the mods update was a bit of a long video, so we thought we'd separate this one out and make it concentrated purely to one thing that people are asking me a lot and want to know about, which is how are the Kormorans performing on the C63? Now, since I've put them on, every single day it's been bone dry. Obviously, I've noticed how different these tyres are in the dry compared to another. Today is actually slightly wet. It worked out that on our filming day it's slightly wet. Today we're gonna kind of test it in a different territory, because people obviously want to know how a 550 brake rear-wheel drive car performs on a tyre brand that's never really been heard of, but I keep raving about. Now, a lot of people have bought them as a result of my recommendation. So yeah, pretty much everyone that I know have gone for these. Obviously, we know everyone around me, like Mohib and Sharman, etc., have gone for them. You could still kind of say it's biased, but there's now external people going out of their way to buy these tyres as a result of my recommendation, and they are saying they're very underrated tyres. They can't justify the price of paying for PS4s, which have a soft compound and wear out that quickly, over the performance that these tyres give. They look good, they stick, they last long, and they're cheap. There's so much better value for money. And obviously I really wanted to experiment on this car, because worst case, if they don't work out, I'll put PS4s in it. They're all around, they cost me about 350 quid. So to experiment over probably a £600–700 set of PS4s, half the price, to experiment, and worst case I'll have to change the rears, I'm willing to do that. What I'm thinking so far is, for a 550 brake rear wheel drive car, these tyres, I cannot believe, for I think 70 quid a tyre rears, ridiculously good. Like, I think PS4s for the same size, you're looking way over 150 quid a tyre. I think even more, like 175, 180 quid a tyre, and these cost me about 70 each. But I'm gonna skip all of that. I want to get straight on the road, and I just want to show you how they perform. It's semi-wet, it's not soaking wet, but obviously it's a rear wheel drive car. In soaking wet, it's gonna spin up. It is, no matter what tyre you put super glue on them, it's gonna spin up. But it gives you a kind of realistic insight into how this car performs. And one more thing that I am going to say is, I always used to drive this car with the other tyres with traction on completely. I've become a lot more brave with this car since putting the Kormorans on. I moved over to sport traction, which kind of gives you that little bit of slip, but it still holds you in place. And it's very, very, very fun. Like, I burnt like 2 mil of tread on my tyre in the first week just by like power sliding away from traffic lights and everything. Recently, I've gone as far as now turning the traction fully off, and yeah, I had it off once with the old tyres, which are obviously the tyres that came on the car. I don't even know what tyres they were shit. But it's like, people compare these tyres with budgets, and they were budgets that were on it before the previous owner had put them on. People compare these with budgets, but I'm telling you now, the performance that these put out, I feel a lot more. Obviously, I feel that fear factor. The car slides, it smokes up, the rear wheels spin up. But there's still that edge of it's holding its own, and I think that is down to the tyres. But I just want to get straight on the road and just show you how it drives now with these tyres. I miss this car every time I don't drive it road.
I miss it when you don't bring it out.
This review's kind of like a mixture of like new wheels and new tyres. They came on together. Full flux to the floor now.
Just stick in it.
And the maddest thing is, yeah, it's kept its aspect of comfort.
Yeah, when you go through like a sportier tyre and a thinner compound, like a softer compound, it's a lot harder on the road.
Yeah, like in theory, obviously the wheels are wider on the back. It's obviously it's not been lowered, the springs haven't been changed, but it's kind of sat lower to this, as in there's less movement for the spring now, obviously because of the tyre. Yeah. There's less movement for the spring to take bumps and potholes and speed bumps or whatever, or even just natural little ridges in the road. But like, I've not felt that difference at all, and the car looks so much better. So it's like I've sacrificed nothing for this new setup.
Yeah, usually when you modify things, yeah, you always compromise in something.
There's always a compromise. Like, I've put the wheels on my C63 now, on my Golf R, sorry, and I made the same size, but I made a big compromise to run my 235s. The way, obviously, you know the way my Golf R sat. to run the 235s was the only option. But my tyres are stretched on that, which means the wheels at the moment are just a curb magnet. It catches on anything. It's so annoying, and because they're diamond cut and shadow chrome, it doesn't help.
Yeah, stands out like that, doesn't it?
So that's the sacrifice I made for them wheels, just for the appearance of them wheels, essentially.
I miss how much.
Eh?
I forgot how much that car does that to you. Puts you back in your seat.
I've put it in sport traction now, but you can see it just goes. These tyres have absolutely no issue at all dealing with the amount of power this car is running. And to say they're 70 quid a tyre is, which is the ones you're gonna be obviously changing all the time. It's a joke. Obviously, I haven't ran PS4s on this car, so I can't make a comment on how they would perform. But from where I'm standing right now, there's never a time in this car where I'm feeling annoyed to have them tyres on. They put the power down.
I'm sure PS4s probably do the exact same.
The controversy that's kind of arising at the moment around me and these tyres is that PS4s and PS4Ss have a cult following.
Yeah, everyone automatically goes, oh, I don't know what tyres to put on my car. Like everyone automatically goes PS4s.
Yeah. Like it's like the way the PS4 lovers are against me now is like the BMW and Mercedes fanboy beef, like AMG and M. I feel like a lot of people are offended that I rate these tyres, and they just but the fact is, just I found them in it. It's as simple as that. I've discovered these tyres. I've ran them for so long. You see all these boys here in PS4s crashing their cars for fun. My cars stick to the ground, and I'm not stupid either. Obviously, I don't. A lot of people drive beyond their capabilities, getting too brave or showing off to the point where they hit their cars.
Yeah, they run out of talent really quick, don't they?
Yeah, I drive. I enjoy my cars, but I don't push myself beyond my boundaries to impress someone. There's no need, because at the end of the day, when you crash and you got a fucking written off 25 grand car there, your mates that you're showing off to ain't gonna pay for it, innit?
No.
But now back to the point. Yeah, a lot of PS4 owners have actually come over, and like I could start listing people. There's literally on my Insta every day, there's someone or a few people new. They start tagging me in the story. Obviously, I'm known as the person who kind of brought the Kormorans out now, as in put them on the map. So everyone that gets them seems to tag me now, and they put me in their story, and every day I'm like reposting it on my story. Someone else has got them, someone else has got them. The Golf Rs, Audi S3s, RS3s, M140s, and he's even starting to move into like, I know someone with a C43 now, M3. Guys, there's one guy that messaged me, he's specially requested to Kormoran to give him they don't do 275, so he's specially written to them to release a 275 tyre for him, so that he can run them on his M3 F80. Speaks for himself. We're on a little roundabout now. Obviously a bit of slide.
Yeah.
That's 60 round a roundabout. Go. It's not spinning on me. It goes. Now tell me how they're not good tyres, because that's what tyres are made to do.
Yeah.
This video is kind of obviously it's a semi-review to reassure people that what I'm talking about is true. These tyres are sick, but it's also to what an absolute cunt. What was the need for that?
Fuck knows.
Fuck him. What makes you think these tyres are not as good? Because a tyre's job is to stick, to make you feel, to give you grip on the floor when you want to put the power down. As in,
it's the only part of the car that touches the road in the first place.
It's the only point of contact on the road. But yeah, like there's not much more to be said on them. They look good, they last, they're cheap, they stick, and they're safe. That's 5 main points I'd say to them to round these tyres off. And moreover, now than just talking, I will just show you how they perform. We'll run on. It's still a bit. It's like damp weather, not fully dry. It's a bit overcast as well, so it's not sunny. But we're going to drive on sport for a bit. I'm not even going to drive it with traction on. There's no point. drive it on sport where it's kind of like a 50-50 split, and then eventually we'll get it fully off. And yeah, one other thing I wanted to talk about actually is my plans with this and the Golf. So as you know, there's two different kind of maps on each car. Now this map, I've explained previously, it pops and bangs about twice. If I show you now, I downshift now. If I go up to 4,000, it'll bang once. Anything under 4, it won't bang. If I want to make it bang more, anything after 4,000 revs, I just tap the accelerator, and that's when you hear it popping off properly. That's me actually physically doing it. Whereas the Golf is a switchable map, and in race, it just, as you know, it just pops and bangs the whole way. More like burbles compared to this, but like it pops and bangs the whole way. And obviously I spoke to you guys in the Q&A video about the map thing. I did do a poll on my Instagram after that, and I've come to the decision that I'm going to change the map on the car. So I'm currently in talks with a few different places, just deciding what kind of map I want to go for. But I think I've made the decision that I'm going to go stage 2+ on the C63. Truthfully, I'm kind of over the map on it. I'm kind of bored of the pops and bangs, and sometimes I just like driving that car just to DSG fart and not having
C63, do you mean the Golf?
I'm talking about the Golf, yeah.
Right.
Did I say the T63?
Yeah.
I meant the Golf. Sometimes I just like driving that car in race and not having no pops and bangs. I just like the DSG farts. But the thing is, with that map at the moment, it's not an option. If it's not in race, it doesn't DSG fart. And if I want it to DSG fart, I have to put it in race where it pops and bangs throughout. So I'm kind of over it. If I want a car that pops and bangs, I've got this one. So why not do something a little bit different on that one? I think we'll go for just a little cruise on the motorway as well. Two aspects of motorway. Kick down, say little M3 pulls up next to me and wants a little run. I'll just do kick down and show you how it takes off. And then the next part is just generally cruising on the motorway. Just how is it?
The sound, the noise.
Yeah, because I've to be fair, it's one thing I never actually thought of, but someone made left a review on for Kormorans the other day on the website, and
Didn't they actually mention?
Yeah, they mentioned me, which is obviously someone sent it to me, and I was like, oh, mad. And I was reading his review, and then I ended up reading a lot of other reviews, and they actually said, it was one thing I've never thought of, because I'm either blowing it or I'm playing music, is cabin noise, substantially lower than other tyres. Yeah, very low. I mean, right now we're driving in silence. I mean, we're not really doing much speed, but like they said, there's significantly less tyre noise on the road than other tyres, which was another thing I thought of as well. So I want to see, go on the motorway. Obviously we've got no music on. It's something I never really do. I'm never on the motorway without music, so we'll see how it actually is in here. Obviously you guys are gonna hear it as well. But it's like, I'm trying to be as honest as possible. How comfortable is this right now?
Yeah, I need to get some Kormorans, I think.
Obviously that's not all down to the tyres, but I'm saying, just because I'm saying it on the aspect that people assume they're budget tyres, so they'll be more uncomfortable on the road than in like other tyres.
Nah.
No.
I'd say there's no difference between what's on this and the Bridgestone Pretenders that are on mine.
Have you been in a car with PS4s?
Yeah.
You love it. Hash him?
Yeah.
Hash. And then when you want to go, bed.
Other side.
No issue. It's wet now. It's actually genuinely wet on the road now, as you can probably see if that camera sticks for once. Instant. I don't feel unsafe at all. Go to our spot now where we always go, and that kind of is a bit of a tester.
Yeah, that's a tyres and brake tester.
Yeah, that is a tyre and brake tester, that place. Traction, sport. Get it into manual.
And A45S as well. It's just pulled down.
Show him what a real AMG is.
I'm holding onto this Jesus handle.
He's in my lane. Bro, get out. What's he doing? Can't buy a car like that if you can't drive it. He wants to play, he wants to play. Boy wants to play. It is quick though. Launch.
Yeah, fuck it. It depends how this traffic is, lad.
It's in RS.
It's behind us.
Northford.
Go on. There's a little bit of tyre wobble. Well, a little bit of traction. But it's
Yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
puts the power down ridiculous well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Like I said, we'll get a dedicated video to 0-60. Every time I drive this car, I fall in love with it again, man. I don't drive it much. I have my phases where I just don't want to get out of it, so every day I start driving it, and then I realise I shouldn't be daily in such a special car. Shouldn't be on the road every day. It's meant to come out when I want to, when like I deserve to drive this. When I do, it's so addictive. And this car, like, even when you're just like cruising, you can hear it outside, not in here, you can hear it grumbling.
Yeah.
People naturally turn their heads even when you're just driving normally. Like, that's a lot louder outside than it is in here.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Time.
Fucking hell, that's too loud.
I think we'll close it up there. It's probably one of the most long-awaited videos people have been waiting to see, and I've just really longed it out. But it's finally done. I've tried to go in as much detail as I can, cover as many aspects as I could. If you have any other kind of queries or questions about these tyres, the best way to try and maybe get hold of me is, because I get a lot of messages on my Instagram about, you know, questions about all my mods and cars and insurance and everything. The best way, I would say, that me and Harris actually read through all the YouTube comments. If you see a comment, just for reference's sake, just say how much is a X size. If you like that comment, so say Harris put that comment, and say you like that comment, obviously a load of people like that comment, then we can see what people are actually kind of wanting to know or asking, rather than the same person, like 50 different people putting the same comment in. if you kind of divert it all to one, and then we can pin them comments and see what kind of reaction. Then we know that's something that we may need to touch on in another video. But yeah, besides that, hope you enjoyed the video. I know the Mark 6 is kind of getting dragged on. A lot of people want to see it. I've got something in the works. I can't talk much about it right now, but the Mark 6 will be coming on the channel. Just bear with me some time. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and share. Again, I reiterate it, we're trying to get Harris to come over to full time to be with me, and that at that point we'll be putting out content daily, because there's so much that goes on every single day that Harris misses out on, because he's working Monday to Saturday and then he's with me on Sundays. So the more likes this video gets, the more engagement. I'm not bothered about the money from YouTube. Moreover, it's for informative purposes and to put someone else, you know, put someone else on the map like Harris, who deserves it, because he puts a lot of hard work in behind the scenes. So the more you support the videos, the more it benefits me, and as a result of that, Harris. So please like the video. It puts us out there a lot. Subscribe, join the DSG family, and share the video to whoever you might find it useful to. But yeah, thank you again, and take care. Peace out.